Thank you so much for staying with us right here on Sunrise. It's a beautiful Friday morning. The sun is hot. Can you say hot? It's almost as if a new sun is unwrapped every day and it's right here on our skin. It's blazing. It is. Pool chlorine is flowing, and trust me, sunscreen is up, screen time is up. The kids are like just high energy, lots of things going on, and it also means that our eyes are working overtime. During the summer, that's what it is, because it's just a lot going on. Now, this morning in Morning Checkup, we're zooming in on summer eye health with trusted optometrist, founder and CEO at Comprehensive Eye Care, Mayana Francis, from squinting, like I'm doing right now, in UV rays, to late night binge watching, and of course, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on X, scrolling on Facebook, and of course, watching everybody's business. Good morning and welcome. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm great.
Lovely. No, we're on the TikToks at night, and then by the time you know it, it's 5 o'clock and it's time to go to work, and you're upset that you have to get up, but forgetting that you could have gone to sleep a long time ago. So, Mayan, you are an optometrist.
That's correct.
For the purposes of myself and our viewers, can you make the distinction between who is an optometrist as opposed to an ophthalmologist?
All right, so your optometrist is your primary eye care specialist. So it's your first point of contact for eye care, yes, and they can distinguish eye health problems as well as prescribe your glasses. Your ophthalmologist is more of a medical specialist that also does surgeries.
Very well. See that? Learning today in the summer. So as an optometrist, persons would come to see you why? Or a person should come to see you when?
Okay, so persons will come to an optometrist if they have a vision problem or just for a general eye checkup. Yeah. So first off, everybody needs to get an eye examination because you need a general eye checkup to know what your vision status is. Sometimes we think we're seeing, but we're not seeing. I'll tell you something funny. So there's a taxi driver that came in and he says, oh, I have children to pick up at school. But you know the E-chart that you use for the vision, he could not see the first letter on the chart, the big E at the top.
Wow.
That everybody knows, he can't see. So he thinks he's seeing, but we know he's not seeing.
Not seeing, wow.
So you need an eye checkup so you can know your vision status.
Yes.
So how are you seeing? How well can you see?
Whether
is this normal? Is this below normal? And are you seeing well in all circumstances? So there's distance vision, near vision. So your vision might be good in the distance, but not so good at near.
Okay.
So you need a professional to be able to distinguish between those and to tell you what exactly is going on.
How do we know when we have good vision and what's poor vision?
Good vision is determined scientifically speaking using that chart that is scientifically developed, and so we say 20/20 vision. So at a particular distance from that chart you should be able to see at a particular line that we call the 20/20 line. And so really and truly, for you to know that your vision is normal, you need to be tested so that we, the professional, can tell you, yes, you have normal vision.
Okay, great. So why is it then that summertime is considered a risky time for eye health?
In the summer, first, it's hot.
Tell me about it, girl. Yes.
I heard you mention earlier that it is so hot. And so the eye needs to be kept moist, the surface of the eye. So there's tears that's naturally there and it's moist. Now, there's more evaporation in the summertime because of the heat.
Yes.
And then if there's additional dusty environment, I mean, Jamaica is hot and it's summer and it's dusty. So that is going to also cause more dry eyes.
Yes.
So your eyes are going to dry out in the summer, and so at summertime you have that. Now, I hear you mention digital eye strain earlier, and I wanted to touch on that because it's summertime, so children are off from school.
Yes.
And so what happens, the parents are using the devices as, you know, you're free to use it now.
Yeah.
And so they're on the devices for 8 hours, 10 hours, all day, all night, because you don't have school. And so what will happen is that they will end up with digital eye strain. And then by the time September comes around, you know, they're not able to. And sometimes too, they have a withdrawal syndrome as well from the digital devices. So that is also something we have to look out for in the summertime.
What can we do then, Maya, to protect our eyes? I see you have some very stylish sunglasses here. I like this red one here. It's cutesy, right? What kind of eyeglasses do we need or can we use to protect our eyes?
All right, so these are actually my personal favorites.
Yeah.
So first, if you have a prescription, right? So you can have prescription sunglasses. So for example, you see me wearing my prescription glasses here.
Yes.
So these are actually my personal prescription sunglasses.
Oh, sunglasses can have prescription as well?
Sunglasses can have prescription as well. So these have prescription in there. They're polarized, so that it gives you clarity and it's clear in terms of the sun and everything. So it's polarized, it has prescription. And so there are some persons who, they don't wear sunglasses because they're not able to take a sunglasses off the store shelf and wear it because they won't be able to see. But if you get a prescription sunglasses, you'll be able to see clearly. And then you get that protection from the ultraviolet rays. You need 100% UVA, UVB protection from the ultraviolet rays. So you can have your prescription sunglasses with the protection from the ultraviolet rays, as well as the polarization. And the polarization works well for clarity in terms of that glare. You know, when you're driving sometime in the daytime and the glare hits some of these silver cars and it shines back in your eye, that kind of glare. Or if you go to the beach and the glare that comes off the water, you want the protection from that. So that's your polarized sunglasses. Now, this one is not prescription, but it is polarized. And it has a protection for UVA and UVB. When you go to purchase a sunglasses, usually it has a little tag.
Yes.
I'll show if you see. So if you read the tag, it will tell you the percentage protection it has from UVA and UVB.
How much rays will be looking for?
We're looking for 100%.
100%.
We're looking for 100% because we want the protection as much as possible, because there is a link between UV rays and the development of cataracts or other eye condition in the eyes. And everybody knows about skin cancer. And then you can also have skin cancer on your eyelid, right? Because there's skin there. So you want that kind of protection. Additionally, sunglasses is going to protect you from that extra dust and wind that's going to dry out your eyes some more. You know, even the AC, and that one is kind of tricky because, you know, you're at work, you may not need glasses inside and so on, you have the AC. But what you can do, you can just be aware, because this will cause dry eyes, and, you know, the direct flow of the AC into your eyes can also cause that.
Well, Mayan, thank you so very much. I see why you're the optometrist. I got to tell you, you're very informed, very knowledgeable, and we thank you so much for sharing this valuable information with us this morning, because I know a lot of us did not know that. All right, thank you so much. It's important that we explore how the season affects our eyes and practice to do what is best to protect our vision. Our guest has been Mayan Francis, founder and CEO at Comprehensive Eye Care. It's time to throw things over to my beautiful co-host for this morning, Lady TK. The morning news is up next. We'll be right back.